Hi guys, it's Django 5220 here. So today I'm going to be travelling down to Doncaster in North Yorkshire to go to their model rail exhibit, because today is Saturday the 11th of February and at the Doncaster Racecourse that's what they're doing. So I'll be catching the train to Doncaster this morning. I'll be taking a rather diverted route, but I'll explain more of that when I get to Newcastle station. But yeah, I'm going to be going down to Doncaster and visiting that, and I thought I'd film along the way. So I'm at Newcastle station now, and this right here is the train that I'll be getting on board to get to York. So basically what's happening is there's diversions going around the Durham area. So this train here will be diverted through the Durham Coast Line and we'll go through Sunderland, Yarm, Seaham and all that. So we're going to get on board and find the seats. So I've got the train now and the Amazuma first class. So as I was saying, outside, what's going on is there are engineering works going on in the Durham area. So this train is actually going to be diverted en route to York, and we'll call at Northallerton because it will go round Darlington and Durham, usually on the map, as I will just demonstrate on the map that I'll show a little animation of, because usually it will then instead go through Sunderland, Seaham, Yarm, Eaglescliffe before rejoining the East Coast Main Line at Northallerton. Unfortunately this train doesn't stop between York and King's Cross, so I'm going to have to get off at York and change trains, so that's going to be fun. But get to enjoy the LNER first class on the way. Travelling with the Durham Coast Line, we actually travel parallel and with the Tiny Wheel Metro for a bit as part of this diversion. I think it's kind of the reason I chose to do this, to get to York instead of going the replacement bus. Because I said there are replacement buses going to Darlington and York, which then you can change to get your connecting services, but I just chose I'd do this instead and just enjoy it really. And as I said, it's something I've never really experienced, is to go alongside the Durham Coast, so I'll definitely film as much of that as I can as the journey carries on. So the food order's coming down. Let's have a look at the deli menu, shall we? So we're out in Sunderland now, and this is where we will divert from the Tiny Wheel Metro. We'll pass through Stadium of Light and St Peter's Metro Station, and then we'll pass through Sunderland Railway Station, and then we will divert because the Metro line would turn and go to Park Lane, while we on the other hand would continue on down the Durham Coast Line towards Seaham. Crossed the Wearmouth Bridge, which was near enough to where I used to live when I studied in Sunderland, because I lived in Pans Bank, which is down by the other side of the River Wear. and you have a great view of the Weymouth Bridge from there, from which I just had there. And yeah, so just arrived through the train. We're about to ride through. We're in the tunnel because we're about to go through Sunderland Station, which is the only LNER served station that is completely underground. Usually it's served by Grand Central, the one on King's Cross. So we've just gone through Sunderland Station now. As I said, usually LNER do one train there a day, and it's regularly served by Grand Central, which provide them services to London King's Cross. These call at Hartlepool and Eaglescliffe, Northallerton and Thirsk, then call at York, then go non-stop to King's Cross. They also serve Bradford as well, from which they stop at Doncaster. And we're now going along the line that I've never actually ridden, which is the diversionary route towards alongside the Durham Coast. There's going to be some great sea views ahead of time, definitely, and they're going to be quite a sight to see. So we're outside of Sunderland now, completely passed away from the Tynemouth Metro now, and we'll be nearing the sea. And it's a lovely day, so there's going to be some lovely sea views I'm going to get to witness as we near Seaham, Ryhope. We're just clearing through the parts of the city now. I will pass the line that goes towards the docks, because I did vlog tall ships over there a few years ago. And we're just getting through the remainder of the city, and I can just see the views getting ready to come now as we travel. I've never really travelled Durham Coast, so that is a view and a half to see. I've travelled up the Scottish border, where they do have a view and a half, but to see the view of that is, it's just a view that you never really see when you're travelling on an LNER train. You get it from Grand Central and Northern trains, but not from LNER ones very often, unless they're diverted, as seen there. And to see that, like as I said, Scottish border, you can see some of the sea there in the shot now, but going through Almouth, usually I've gone through there, and when you go through the border after Berwick, you get this amazing sea view. And I've been down Dawlish as well, so it's nice on the train, so it's nice to have that view to cross off as well. So we're heading back in. I think we're heading back inland a little bit as we get towards Seaham and Ryhope. So we do have a lot more of the journey to cover down. I think it's another hour or so before we get to York, so I'll get to enjoy more first class. I'm just currently waiting on my food to come as well, so that's going to be fun. Has arrived. Got the bacon roll. We usually have brown sauce on that, because you got to have it that way. That's what I usually get when I'm in first class for break. I have my usual coffee. I didn't actually have any before leaving the house this morning, and I just get a complimentary bickies with it as well. So that's makes the journey all more worthwhile to get the complimentary food. Heading back inland now from the sea, so I think we just crossed the A19 once again. So because we crossed that at Felgate Metro, so we stay on this side of it until about where we just passed now. So we'll be back in as the journey just continues on. We'll be further down. It's been quite a fun ride. There's some good, amazing views as I've seen so far, and I know that we'll be bearing down on Yarm, so we get across the Yarm viaduct. I've been at the Yarm a few times. Of my old job, I had to actually go into the old Yarm school for my old job a few times, so just to go through town over the viaduct is an excellent place in North Yorkshire, definitely worth checking out. It's just alongside the River Tees, brilliant, because obviously the line starts to divert towards Middlesbrough at this point as well, so that's basically what we're doing as we start proceeding towards Northallerton. Crossed the Yarm viaduct now and just went straight through the town. Has a lovely view of the town as I just filmed there, and I just think there's a reason I love that town so much, even though I've only been there a few times. There's a reason I love it. train is just approaching Northallerton now, where it will rejoin the East Coast Main Line and make a quick stop before continuing the rest of its journey to York, where I will deboard from the train. So it's been a fun ride. It's been a fun ride around the Durham Coast, to say the least. I can already see the overhead lines from the East Coast Main Line as we approach the rejoining part for it. It's definitely worth. Now that I've ridden the whole line, it's definitely worth doing. I'd say that definitely, and yeah, it's worth it for the views. Like, just to go from, it's like an alternate way to get to King's Cross from Sunderland. Really, that's what it is. So worth the try. And I'm going to be doing that on the way back up, but it's probably going to be pitch black because I'm not leaving till about get like a half train 6 back out of York, so it's probably going to be pitch black when I come back up. But it's going to be worth it. Now back on the East Coast Main Line, the train is now bounding back under its electric power, so you can now just hear the train going as it does. We should be at York in about 15-20 minutes, so I'll give you a short leeway to catch my connection to Doncaster. So I just get the good views of Yorkshire now as we continue the rest of the journey at a faster speed. So I've been moving rather slowly due to speed restrictions, but to have it speed up further on, it's going to be great. So I've just got off the train at York Station and just waiting now for the next train towards Doncaster. I'm on this same platform as well, arriving here at 11:33. So I've got about 15-minute layover, and then my next train will be coming through shortly afterwards. So yeah, but that was a fun journey, definitely worth the ride alongside the Durham coast. If you want to check out a proper driver's eye view of that video, you can look at the link down in the description below. I'll have a link to the official LNER channel where they have a video documenting the journey across the Durham Coast Line, and you can watch that for yourself on there. But now we'll just wait out here for the next 15 minutes before my next train comes. So I think since my first class ticket still passes in, I'm just going to try first class for the remainder of the journey to Doncaster. It's only 20 minutes on the train, but it's I'm just going to avoid to decline any of the complimentary food offering that'll just come on this time. That'll just be the way of doing it. But I'm also standing in the outside bit of York. I mean, it's just big outside.
11:33 LNER service to London King's Cross.
That's us.
Calling Doncaster, Newcastle Gate, Peterborough, and London King's Cross. This train has 9 coaches. First class accommodation can be found in zones 1, 2, 3. Standard class in zones 4 to 9. Waiting zone 1 for co-jam, zone 2 for L, zone 3 for K, zone 4 for J.
And so on, yeah. So, yeah, as I said, my train's on the way, so I'm just on the outside part of the station, and you can just see the station shed from this point, and again, it's always a good sight that for the architecture of the station. So we're on LNER Azuma class 801-210, arriving here at York to go the rest of the way to Doncaster. So I'm just going to have a look in Coach N and just see what I can get. If anything's just available, and I'll just take one. But I think there is, so that's okay. Let's just take a seat wherever's free. So yeah, that's fine by me. As I said, only 20 minutes, but better have a good seat. So yeah, that's us here at York, apparently for Doncaster. Okay, so we are on our way to Doncaster, and there was an Intercity 225 that just pulled in on one of the other platforms over there, and that was of course indicated as to be Class 91 91105 was hauling it, having come all the way from London King's Cross. And we'll just carry on the rest of the way to Doncaster now, and just in first class. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of an easier ride this time. to Doncaster now, and my journey will find the end. Usually I would have arrived around 11:15, but the time is now about 10 to 12. So yeah, it took me over an hour longer to get down here because of those diversions, but I'm here at last, and I'm looking forward now to going to visiting the model rail exhibit. The train's just running alongside the platform at Doncaster, and there's another 225 parked on the next platform over, so we'll see if I can get that one on camera when we arrive. We're driving around Taylor 822213 at the front, and we're just going right towards the very end of the platform where coach M usually stops. So we're just going to get off the train once it arrives and the train's coming stationary, and then we'll be out. And the Class 91 is coming forward. Class 91 at the front, which is 91124. This was previously named Reverend W. Audrey, one of my favourite ones to catch out of the station, right there. So I've arrived at Doncaster now, and it's a reunion from the Audrey Extravaganza vlog with Robin. Say hello to Robin, guys.
Hello there.
Yeah, so Robin has his YouTube channel in which he did also vlog the Reverend Audrey Extravaganza. His channel is called
The Mechanical Shed.
Shall I say that again because the mask got in the way?
Mechanical Shed.
The Mechanical Shed. As Luke said in his vlog, there is a story behind that in-joke as to what's going on. It's Fireman and Sam, really. That's the gist of things.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so he named his channel off that, and that's where it came through. So we're heading now to the bus stop to get the shuttle bus to the racecourse, and this is going to be fun as we go in to go and see the model rails. So we've just arrived at the racecourse now, having got the bus from the station to the racecourse to go and visit the event. So I think we're just going to go in and see what's going on with the whole idea of this British Railway modelling. As we see the signs for it as we enter in, we're excited, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's just enjoy this and see how it works. This is a layout that's actually been sold by the looks of things. That's what it said on the sign there. I mean, that's going to be like delivered on a truck. If you think about it.
I had no idea they were even selling the layout. So.
I mean, whoever thought that's going to be one happy fella. So far, I think we can gather with that. Yeah, we've seen some good looks. I think we might end up getting something each. Is that part of the agreement? Yeah, but we're going to be careful with our money. Absolutely, that's the way of doing things. But this is a fun exhibit so far. Definitely some great things we've seen. So we're on our way back to Doncaster station now. I mean, it's just after the time of the train before the one that I catch would leave, but we thought, why not go down there, film a couple of trains passing? Isn't that right, Robin?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just thought we'll go around, film some trains passing, and you'll probably see some of them on my train Instagram, which you can follow in the Instagram in the link in the description below, because I have Django 3220 Instagram, but I have my train Instagram, which is Train Enthusiast Harry, and we're literally stood right in front of Doncaster station, so I'm going to flip the camera now so you can have a look. So we're on the platform at Doncaster now, just having a little wander around, and that's on this platform. That's a northern train, but we won't be catching that, will we, Robin? No. Well, I will be catching that. We're just walking down to have a look in one of the sidings, because one of the stored Class 91s is parked over there. And I think we're just going to go and have a look at it. Definitely. That seems like we're having a look. So, yeah, check this out. Okay, so that's a Class 91 parked in the siding over there. That is 91131, which is stored away in the sidings. It feels really weird seeing one of those things without coaches coming out the back of it, so yeah. And at the same time, there's a northern train on its way to Sheffield about to come through. But it's nice to see that and just see it there on its own at this point. So yeah, 91131 isn't the only train stored away here. This one's just parked there on the siding. That is Royal Sovereign, the Class 67. The thing doesn't want to shut up, does it? But that's parked there, and I believe that is actually one of the Royal trains. So seeing that just on its own in the siding, it's quite nice to see, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, Royal Sovereign, as it says right there. It's quite nice to see. But yeah, seeing that bar, that locked up over there, it's on its own, but it's there. So we've got about 45 minutes before my train comes, so since I'm travelling on a first class ticket, I've decided I'm going to go and wait in the first class lounge, and Robin here is going to just make a dash for it and head off home because he doesn't drive, so he's got to catch the bus. So he's going to say goodbye. So do you want to say anything else before you leave?
Like and subscribe to my channel.
Yes, subscribe to Robin's channel, The Mechanical Shed, here on YouTube, and yeah.
And like this video.
Yes, like this video. You'll likely see Robin at the next Hartlepool Railway extravaganza video when I film that later in July, so you'll be looking forward to that. And there might be another chance to come down to Doncaster and once again feature Robin in my videos. So yeah, that's definitely something. So yeah, say bye to Robin. To the camera. Goodbye. Subscribe to Robin's channel. So I'm just in the first class lounge now, just enjoying this in Doncaster. I've tried Newcastle's one before, so this is a different scene to take. Just over there I've got my departures set in. There's a 225 coming through, we're at 1747, so I'll see if I can get that on the camera later on when that comes through. So the 225 is actually on platform 1, which is actually down that way, and it's in a complete blind spot, so I'll be missing it as it passes through, as I'm just sat here in the first class lounge, unable to get through to it, so I'm just going to sit here and enjoy it as I just wait for my train to come. Departure board's just over there saying it's not due until 1811 still, so just have to wait that out really. But it's on its way, so, and I'll pass another one that's currently at York while I'm on my way up, so that'll be one to see too. But the one I saw earlier was good enough, so and the fact that I got the one that I wanted to see more seen, so that was a win-win at the end of the day. To really just sit and wait. So I'll just read some of the books that I got at the toy fair, at the Royal Rail exhibit. So I've just emerged from the first class lounge now, and I'm on my way back to the platform. It's just about 6 o'clock now. My train's due through in about 10 minutes, so I figured I might as well get off to platform 4, because it's on the opposite side over there. So just come back down through the underpass and my way over. But yeah, I've enjoyed myself. Just chill, just sat quietly in the first class lounge. It was good enough just to sit down after that length of time. And I get to look forward to another final train ride back up home and another layover at York, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, I'm just carrying on back along. it's the same as what I said when we passed through Sunderland, because Grand Central provided more regular service to King's Cross. It's the same thing from Bradford, because I believe they do like a one Bradford service, but then Grand Central lead off a more regular service between the areas of the country.
The next train to arrive at platform 4 will be the 1811 LNER Azuma service to Darlington. Call it York, Northallerton and Darlington. This train has 9 coaches.
So that train to Neville Hill Depot just passed, and I can see one approaching now, which by the looks of things is my train to York. So that's going to be good when that finally arrives in. I can see it's in the distance, slowly approaching. To York now, so I'm back in first class, and I've just been offered a couple of snacks. So I just thought I'd get some snacks since I'm only going to York on this one, but I can get my tea. Fingers crossed on the next one, hoping that I manage to get my seat on that train. Hopefully, hope it doesn't get as rammed as the last one was. So I'm just hoping it turns out right, but I can enjoy this journey as far as I go on the way to York, so that's okay. Not too far. Just figured I'd get a free beverage while I'm at it, so. Pepsi Max, regular Pepsi should I say, drinks ever, so I'm not going to be filming anything on the side because it's all just pitch black out there, as you can see, so yeah, it'll probably just be shots of me as I travel the rest of the way, so yeah, it's going to be fun. I'll pick up back at York when we arrive there. Just making it to York, preparing to deboard from the first train, so it's been a good one. Okay, so I just got off the train at York, and yeah, so just waiting around now for the final connection to get back to Newcastle. So, meanwhile, just get to see the good side of York, and a simple cross-country voyager, either on its way back to Bristol Temple Meads or just come from to Bristol Temple Meads on the side of me right over there. So, yeah, I'm going to go and see the departure boards. With what I predict, I'll probably be on that platform as well for the return journey. And I've literally got my bag, my merch on literally hanging off my finger right now, so that's going to be a second and a half, hang on. There you go, I've swapped it around, that's a bit better. So yeah, I'm going to go see which platform my diversion train will be on, but I can only assume it'll be on here on platform 9. So I'll probably just be making a go there and come back. So yeah, so that'll be fun. So it's at platform 10 on the barriers. So I'm crossing the bridge to get down to it while my last train just comes through. So hopefully I shouldn't be waiting too long this train, because there's currently a Northern or TPE in there at the minute. So we'll just have to wait for this one to come. So that's alright. train is nowhere near as full as I anticipated, so I've got my spot perfectly. So yeah, sit comfortably the rest of the way to Newcastle. It's much less busy than I was expecting, so that's okay. Sat down comfortably. I've ordered the sausage roll to have as my tea on the remainder of the journey. We've just passed Thirsk station there, so yeah, I ordered that as my tea on the train. It's a shame there's no moon out, because I'll get a good shot of the Durham coast as we come along that, so we're just getting a pitch black the whole way, and I see more snacks and tea coming, so let's enjoy something. So we're just arrived at Northallerton now, where the train has changed from going on electrical mode to full-on diesel mode. You can just tell it by the rumbling sound in the background. I mean, I've done this before going up to Aberdeen. I went to Arbroath once, which is on like the Aberdeen stretch. The train arrives at Haymarket and then just changes from electric to this sound.
We are now at Northallerton.
There you go. So yeah, the train's going to divert back onto the line to Eaglescliffe, go through Yarm as it did last time, and then we'll go back up towards Sunderland. And unfortunately, I was unable to get a shot of Sunderland on the way down. I'll see if I can get one on the way back up, because I'm now sat on the side of the train that will have Sunderland on, because that was the side I was facing that way, single seat side, facing forward, so I wasn't able to photograph it on the way in. So I'll see if I can photograph it this time on the way back and film it through. Apparently it's been work redone to it anyway, but it'd be worth a shot at, worth having a look at. Serve my sausage roll here, usual inclusion from there. That's going to be good. I've also got plenty of drink, kind of Pepsi. Got my dessert there from the Beckleberries in Newcastle, so worth having a look at. And got myself a cup of decaffeinated tea on the way home. So and plenty of snacks in the corner there, including a few I got on my previous connections. So I've got a load. Tell you what, it's rather fun riding on diverted routes. Just so you can see the difference, really. I mean, it's not the first time I've ridden diverted routes on a train. I once rode a diverted route along the West Coast Main Line, so I was travelling to Aberdeen, and they diverted the train along the Tyne Valley line towards Carlisle, and then it went up the West Coast Main Line to Carstairs, then went back the long way along to Edinburgh. So I've done that, and back just before Christmas I was travelling up north, as I mentioned, and the train ended up being diverted along the Fife Circle line, so like it would call it Inverkeithing thing as it does after Edinburgh, and instead of going to Kirkcaldy as it does, it would take the Fife Circle line and then arrive at Lucas and carry on its journey from there. It was a strange little diversion, but it was quite good to go through, just to go through the Scottish Highlands around Christmas. Well, not really the Scottish Highlands, but Scottish countryside around Christmas Eve, and just enjoy the scenery as that went, really. So yeah, I mean, Durham Coast Line has its ups as well. I mean, it's just too long. It's just a long journey. The train just has to go a bit slower due to speed restrictions, but it's definitely worth the ride. Unfortunately, this is the last weekend doing it, so they won't be doing it for a while after that. After today's, well, tomorrow, unless they say. So that's going to be a shame to just not do it. It's such a stunning sight. I mean, I saw a comment saying not many people get to see it, and that's truth. I mean, every time you get a train from northeast to London, you would just go to Newcastle, you'd come through Durham, you'd come through Darlington, through Northallerton, because it's just the quicker way. But if you're going through Sunderland, that's what you get. I mean, if you feel like fancying travelling with a Grand Central train that way, you'll get to see it all the time, or a Northern train in Longthorpe, because that'll go to Middlesbrough, because you can't get the 1 LNER from there. I believe there's 1 LNER there from there every day as well, but traditionally you'd get a Northern train to York or something like that, and then you could get that all the way to King's Cross from Middlesbrough. So yeah, I think this has definitely been worth the travel for what's been going on literally just for the sea view. That just adds, that's your reason. Sea view, good reason to travel through Durham, the Durham coast, and passing through Yarm village as well. That's my other reason. I think it just holds that little part of the fact that I love the place when I went briefly twice in the last year, so yeah, that's all I can really say. Station. We were stationary for a little while outside the station. I can assume it was because of that Grand Central train in front of us. So yeah, we're slowly making movement, and it's still over an hour and a bit until we arrive actually back in Newcastle. So yeah, it's going to be a fun. It's still a fun journey though. Like I'm not complaining. I'm in first class. It's not, I can't argue with that kind of. So we're just past Seaham station now. So I think this train's actually making more time than it would, because the time is currently 8:16 PM, and I thought it would have been 21:07 was the set time we would arrive in Newcastle, so I can assume that we're actually going to be back in Newcastle way ahead of time on this journey, so that's going to be fun to get through. Yeah, convenient, that's to say the least. Passed through Sunderland station now, and we're just on the route further up towards Newcastle on the approach now. So we're basically on the metro line, part of the metro line that shares this line. Of course, we passed Stadium Light station, so the next station we'll be passing will be East Baldwin, and we'll just pass all these little metro stations as they are on the route back to Newcastle. So it's been a decent ride. It's much quicker than I thought. I mean, it's only 8:30 and the train's moving just at like a normal speed. It's faster than expected, and we're just passing East Bolton station now as that comes along there, and over the level crossing. So yeah, we'll be reaching Newcastle very shortly. Just the speed we're going out, I think we're well ahead of schedule, because it's only 20:32 and we're literally almost there. I don't think we'd be there for another 40 minutes, so it's definitely worth it that I've got on this train rather than the replacement bus, and we should be getting off shortly. So on approach back into Newcastle now, I just figured I might as well get myself ready, so I've got my hoodie and jacket back on now, and we're just approaching, well, we're just about to enter Gateshead now, because we're diverted from the metro, and we're just about to enter the quayside, so I'll see if I get some good nighttime shots of the River Tyne as we pass through there. Stationary on the north side. We just had the LNERs and we'll go past just there. That would probably be most likely the one that is heading down towards Leeds. We'd go from Aberdeen and then we'd call it like Kirkcaldy and that, and then instead of going all the way to London King's Cross, it would call it York, and then just go to Leeds and terminate there instead. I think it's the only one from the north side that would take the northern route from York to Leeds that TransPennine Express and Cross Country normally take, whereas most LNER trains to Leeds come from London King's Cross as like a regular service. That's what we always get. So we're just waiting. I think the trains are really just waiting on this side until we move across and can then go into the station at Newcastle. So I've arrived back in Newcastle. I'm just on the way out of the train now, and that was a fun journey and a half. Definitely worth the ride to try out across the Durham coast. And I think if you've done that before, it's definitely worth the go. And as I said, if you want to have a look at a full driver's view of it, you can always look at the link to the official LNER channel down in the description below, where they do show a driver's eye view of the line. And yeah, but that's all I've really got for the vlog of this travel vlog from Newcastle today. All the way down to Doncaster. I don't get much from the model rail exhibit as I thought I would, but that was just due to filming restrictions there. There was some of them were tight on the cameras there, so. But I do have a few photos that'll go on my train Instagram down there, Train Enthusiast Harry. Do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, subscribe to Robin's channel, The Mechanical Shed, and I'll see you in the next video.